Welcome back to Mid Morning. May is Better Speech and Hearing Month.
Here to tell us more about the importance of hearing tests is Dr. Kari Wickstrom from Bluegrass Hearing Clinic. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Thank you for having me.
Tell us the importance of getting your hearing checked.
So our hearing is one of our most important senses that we don't always think about. And just like we should get physicals and get our eyes and our teeth and everything checked, it's really important to get our hearing checked too, because it can change really gradually over time, and sometimes it can take a while for someone to even realize that they're having trouble with their hearing. So we really strongly recommend getting baseline testing, even if you're not having trouble, but then especially as soon as you start noticing difficulty with your hearing, go ahead and get it checked. You never know what you might be missing, and it also could be fine. So it's good to just kind of have an eye on it.
If somebody does start to have, some small hearing loss, what are some of the steps they can take?
So if they're starting to notice difficulty with their hearing, like maybe the TV's a little bit loud, or they're having to ask repetition, maybe they hear but don't understand, they can give us a call and we can get them scheduled for a comprehensive hearing evaluation. They'll be scheduled with one of our doctors of audiology to do a comprehensive evaluation to diagnose any kind of hearing loss.
How frequently should you get your hearing checked?
Typically maybe every 1 to 2 years. It really depends. If you start to notice difficulty or changes in your hearing, then we'd recommend that you do it a little bit more frequently. But we want to monitor it every so often, just to make sure it's not changing and not changing quickly.
Whenever you all help somebody who maybe didn't realize that they started to have hearing loss, they say possibly have hearing aids or other options, what's the response been like afterwards?
So a lot of people, when they start noticing or when they start hearing again, they say that they didn't realize what they were missing. They say that they're hearing more clearly, they're not having to work as hard to hear, their sounds are more clear, they can turn their TV down, and they're able to communicate with their loved ones, and that's been the biggest thing for most people.
Life-changing for sure. Tell us about the technology that you provide.
So the technology has come a long way over the years. Hearing aids used to be big and bulky, and now they're really tiny. They can connect to our phones, they can be rechargeable, they work pretty automatically, they try to detect our movements, so they can adjust for the environment they're detecting, because our listening needs sitting face to face like this are a little bit different than our listening needs if we're walking side by side with someone or if we're in a noisy restaurant. So the hearing aids typically are going to automatically adjust for us these days.
And when you say connect to their phones, you mean like Bluetooth? Like people
Yeah.
can listen to music or podcasts or something through their hearing aids?
Yes, so you can get phone calls, music, any kind of audio to your hearing aids when it's connected to a smartphone. And there's also apps on the phones that you can adjust the hearing aids with. So you can play with the volume, bass and treble, put noise filters on. So you have a little bit of control, but they also can do the job for you. So if you don't want to dive into all that technology, they'll do it for you.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Thank you for coming in and talking to us today.
Thank you for having me.
People can get more information, bluegrasshearing.com.
Yes.
Keep it here on Mid Morning.